Hello everyone and welcome back to My Opinion. In this video I'll be reviewing the second T20I played between England and India. England have won this match by 4 wickets to spare. Let's get into this review. Starting off with the playing 11s, I suggested Sanju Samson could get another chance in this match. They debuted Veer Suryavanshi in this match and he played well with the 2 sixes that he hit. And the next thing I'll keep suggesting this, but I know they won't make this change. As per this 11, now Tilak Verma, if he plays in a T20 side, he has got to bat at 3, so I'll always put him at 3. But as per this 11, Ishan Kishan can still bat at 5 according to me because of the way he'll look to take on the bowling no matter when he walks out to bat. But in this match, they played Tilak Verma at 6 and that will not work. Apart from that, they played the 11 as I thought they would do. And for England, they've been playing this combination for a long while where Josh Butler opens, Will Jacks bats out of position, Tom Banton bats out of position. Because they won this match, no one's going to say anything, but I'd still say this is a very good T20 team. I think they can win more matches if they structure the batting correctly and players bat in position. You saw in the T20 World Cup semi-final, the reason why they didn't chase that score down is because the batsmen did not bat in position. I don't think they'll make that change, but if they do, then this team will win more matches because it's a good team. And Jofra Archer, Josh Tongue, I thought they'd be rested in this match, but they were brought back. And India won the toss and chose to bat first, was the correct decision. And I said in the power play, you've got to get 55 at this venue. India got 65 for 2. And the bowling wasn't much to speak about in the first 13 overs. Josh Tongue, as I said in the test matches, he goes for 4 and over in tests. I think he's more suited to white ball cricket than red ball cricket. But I wasn't surprised that he went for runs. Say, Jofra Archer also went for 40. And Adil Rashid, I've said, where against India, especially off late in T20s, he's not had much success. They play him well. And 2 overs, none for 21. Liam Dawson picked up a wicket, but he wasn't that threatening. So I didn't think India had much of a trouble in the first 13 overs. And after that point, from the 14th over that Jofra Archer bowled, where I think the last delivery of that over went for 4 off an outside edge, it went for 8. And Sam Curran, the third over that he bowled very well. And for 130 for 3 to 157 for 5. And I still thought 190 was going to be a score that India could defend given the spinners that they have got. And India got to 190 in spite of a relative struggle in the last 7 overs. I think the last ball, the 19th over, went for 6. Harshit Rana hit a 6 off Josh Tongue. And Tilak Verma, I didn't expect him to do what he did in the last over of Jofra Archer because number 6 is not his position, but Archer bowled 2 ordinary deliveries. It went for 6s and the outside edge went for 4. So in spite of that, India got to 190, which I thought was a very good score. And I think I'm not going to criticize India in terms of what happened in the last 7 overs of the bat because also in the first match they scored 189 on a tough surface and I think they would have won that match had the 20 overs of the second innings had been played. So I won't criticize India for what happened in the last 7 overs. They also sent Shivam Dubey in what his position is. He's a number 4 or 5 and he didn't go well in this match, but it can happen to anyone. So I won't criticize India for the last 7 overs. They still got to a good score. And now for England's batting, I will say this again, people may say Josh Butler was unlucky, and you could say that in this case, but instead elsewhere, it is got a technical flow and seamers both fuller lengths and look to move the ball in the power play. I'm not well versed in technique, but considering how he's been getting out, and you saw that in the T20 World Cup, and when he's been getting success when batting at number 3 for the Gujarat Titans in the IPL, I think it checks out. So, because of that, you've got Josh Butler not getting runs when he opens, and you've got Tom Banton batting at 5. He's not a number 5. Will Jacks batting at number 6. He's not a number 6. So the batting lineup you've got a case where the players aren't batting in position. You've got a very good team here, but I think it could be optimized if players are batting in position. So in that case, if you compare to power play bowling and let's say middle overs and death overs bowling, seamers won't bowl in the same way where they look to bowl fuller lengths and move the ball around. They're more defensive towards the end, meaning the technical flow won't be exposed. So if Josh Butler works out at number 5, I think he'd be more likely to succeed than if he opens. And you've already got openers in such as Will Jackson. I don't think Tom Banton fits in this team. He's been playing well, but I don't think he fits into this team. So if Will Jackson opens, I said Jacob Bethell 3 with Harry Brook batted at 3 did well. Jacob Bethell at 4 did well. So you can still go with that. Josh Butler 5, and you could go with a few options at 6. You got Sam Curran, you got James Coles, who I thought would play in these two matches. So you've got options there, but I think because you're adamant on Josh Butler opening and the other players are not batting in position, they won't change that, and no one will talk about that because England have won this match, but I think that should be looked into. And England was 61 for 3. And it's where I think the reason why India have lost this match is because of the 1 over. And I think in that over, Bishnoi, usually he does run up in this fashion. But I've never seen, well, when he bowls, I've never seen any bowler where you've got the 3 back foot no balls in a match, in a 4 over allotment. And I'm not going to criticize him too much because he does run up in this fashion, and I've never seen him do that. I thought it was the correct decision for him to play in this match, but you saw in the 4th over that he bowled, the 29-run over was the difference between India winning, where 49 of 24 on a slow surface. India should have won that match, but England won this match because of that over. So I don't know if maybe they'll bring in Prince Yadav for the next match. And if they are going to stick with another spin bowling option, they could bring in Washington Sundar. However, you've seen when Washington Sundar has bowled, how often has he bowled 4 overs? Now, Bishnoi went for 3 overs, 31, yet they bowled him for a 4th over. But how often have you seen Washington Sundar getting to a stage where he bowls 4 overs? And if he's going to be batting at number 8, there's not much of a point in that. So I still feel if they're going to play a spinner, you maybe rectify. I don't know how many days gap there is between this match and the next one. Maybe you rectify a case where he doesn't bowl the no balls, because it's not something that he usually does. And if you're comparing Bishnoi and Washington Sundar, if you're going to play a spinner, I still think Bishnoi may be the preferred option, considering where Washington Sundar will bat, and also considering they would not bowl them for 4 overs, because India have not selected Kuldeep Yadav, they've not selected Yuzvendra Chahal. So apart from Varun Chakravarti, you've not got an offensive wicket-taking spinner that they're looking at. Siyash Sharma plays for RCB. I don't know whether they will call him up because they've not selected other options. So apart from those, Bishnoi is your option, and he's more likely to bowl 4 overs. But I still think they will bring in Prince Yadav as another fast bowler. So let's see what happens. Because apart from that, I keep seeing went for 27 in a second over. In spite of that, 4 overs, 43 wickets. And Hashitana went for runs. You've got Akshar Patel bowled, Varun Chakravarti also bowled. So it's only 2 bowls have gone for runs in the 1 over that's made the difference. So I think if they're going to make a change, maybe it'll be Prince Yadav will play ahead of Bishnoi in the next match. I have to see the conditions available in Nottingham. I'll preview that match as well. Let's see what happens. If you enjoy the video, guys, share. This is my opinion. Watch yours.